Hello and welcome. So, if you're a doctor or a clinic owner and you're just tired of pouring money into digital ads and getting, well, unpredictable results, then you're definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to break down exactly why those ads might be failing and, more importantly, what you can actually do about it. All right, let's get into it. Does this sound familiar? You launch a new ad campaign, you hope for the best, and you get what? A handful of leads? Maybe none at all? It can seriously feel like you're just throwing money into a digital black hole with no consistent patient flow to show for it. This is one of the biggest frustrations we see, and there's a really clear reason it happens. So here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with the ad spend paradox, then we'll uncover the real reason your ads are failing. After that, we'll build up to the solution, creating a solid foundation, understanding what a patient funnel is, and finally, building a predictable system that lets you get back to doing what you do best. All right, let's kick things off with what I call the ad spend paradox. This is all about that frustrating gap that so many highly skilled medical professionals feel between their amazing expertise in the treatment room and the, well, not so amazing results they see from their marketing. And really, why wouldn't you think that? You've spent years, maybe even decades, honing your craft to become a true expert in your field. So it just seems logical that if you're excellent at what you do, patients should just find you. But in today's digital world, that's just not how it works anymore. And this is the absolute key takeaway. The problem isn't your skill as a doctor. It never was. The problem is that world-class medical expertise isn't being supported by a world-class system for getting new patients. And without that system, even the best doctors are going to struggle to grow predictably. Okay. So if it's not about your skill, then what is it? Let's get right to the root cause of why most ads fail. It all comes down to one thing: understanding how modern patients actually make decisions. The patient journey has completely changed. People don't just see an ad and then pick up the phone anymore. They've become researchers. They go online, they start comparing different clinics, they dig deep into reviews, and only then do they even think about making a decision. An ad is just the starting point now, not the finish line. Think about it. Someone looking for a new dermatologist is going to compare websites, look you up on Google, and maybe even check out your social media before they even consider booking. And here's the tough truth that comes from that new journey. If a potential patient clicks your ad, but then they can't find strong reviews or helpful info or just a professional online presence, they just move on. It's that simple. You don't just lose a click, you lose a potential patient for good. So let's just compare what most clinics do versus what actually works. Over on the left, you've got random efforts. This is running an ad here and there, posting on social media whenever you remember, having a pretty basic website, and really no solid follow-up. And on the right, a structured system. We're talking integrated patient funnels, content that actually builds trust, a powerful online presence, and a real process to turn leads into appointments. One is basically gambling. The other is a strategy. This brings us to probably the most important question in this whole explainer. When a lead doesn't convert, was it really the ad's fault? Or was it because your great ad for a new dental implant service just led to a generic homepage with no patient stories? In almost every single case, the ad did its job. It got the click. It was the system that failed to do the rest. All right, now that we've really diagnosed the problem, let's start building the solution. It's time to shift our focus away from just random acts of marketing and start building a solid, repeatable foundation for growth. This is where everything starts to change for the better. See, the secret isn't some flashier ad or bigger budget. The secret is having a structured, repeatable process. A system that's working for you 24/7, guiding potential patients from just being aware of you all the way to booking an appointment, and doing it predictably and reliably. So what does this system actually look like? Well, it's got 4 core parts that have to work together. Patient acquisition, that's how you get their attention. Trust and authority content, that's how you prove you're the expert. A strong online presence, that's what makes you visible and credible. And finally, lead conversion, that's the process that turns someone who's just interested into an actual appointment. You really can't just have one. You need all 4 firing at once. Okay, let's zoom in on one of the most critical parts of that system, the patient acquisition funnel. Now, I know that might sound like some marketing buzzword, but it's actually a very logical and really powerful idea. To put it simply, a funnel is just a guided journey. Instead of leaving potential patients to wander around and try to figure things out for themselves, a funnel takes them by the hand, step by step, all the way from the moment they first see your ad to the moment they book with your clinic. And this journey has 4 key stages. First, you attract them with ads and content that really speak to what they need. Then, you nurture that initial interest with information that builds trust and positions you as the clear authority. Next, you convert them by making it incredibly simple to take that next step. And finally, you treat them with excellent care, which turns them into advocates for your practice, and that fuels all your future growth. Okay, let's bring it all together and look at the ultimate benefit of putting all these pieces in place. It's really about building a predictable growth engine so that you can get back to focusing on what you love to do. Just look at this division of labor here. Your role is to be the expert, to focus on treatment, and to deliver excellent care. The system's role? It handles everything else, bringing in patients consistently, creating predictable growth, and building trust with your community at scale. This is what allows you to do your best work without ever having to worry about where the next patient is going to come from. You see, a real growth partner doesn't just run ads for you. They build the entire machine. A complete system, like the ones built by healthcare growth specialists, includes all those critical pieces we've talked about: the funnels, the trust-building content, the strong online presence, and the conversion systems that make it all work together seamlessly. And the goal of all of this? It's to create just one predictable, scalable, and effective growth system that replaces dozens of those disconnected, random marketing efforts. Simplicity and focus, that's what's key. So, the main takeaway here is really clear. If you want to get predictable results, you have to make the shift. It's time to move away from all the random efforts and commit to building a single, structured system that's actually designed for growth. And I want to leave you with this one thought. The next time you go to spend the dollar on marketing, ask yourself this question. Am I just buying another ad, another shot in the dark? Or am I investing in a system that's going to grow my practice for years to come? The answer to that question will change everything. Thank you so much for your time today. If you're ready to stop just buying ads and you want to start building a real system for your clinic, our team at MISOX specializes in creating these exact kinds of comprehensive healthcare growth systems. The choice is yours to make.